T7M Radio, man. This is Crosswords with Seven Mitchell. Salute to everybody out there in the battle rap community. It's time to get our debate on, man. Joining me as always, I got my co-D. The big homie Grail is in the building. Grail, what's poppin', fam?
Looks poppin'. T7M shit.
Yo, we gotta get into something that's definitely buzzing in the battle rap community, man. Verb versus Loaded Lux. It's nothing official, but that's been the talk of the town. I need to figure out what's matters most in this battle, because when I'm thinking about Verb versus Loaded Lux, I'm looking at this shit in three different ways. Like, first of all, I'm looking at it as far as Verb's legacy.
Right.
Then I'm looking at it as far as Lux. Can he hang with the type of talent that we used to at this age, as far as eliteness?
Right.
And then third, what does Verb Lux do for the battle rap community? Like, when should it go down? Because, be realistic, do you think, I don't even think that would make sense to happen in 2018. As bad as I would want to see it. Do you think that if they were supposed, they was the lock in the battle, first of all, that they should do it this year?
I would like to see it this year, but then I feel like nah, because in a sense I feel like we rushing it. I would rather see it like early 2019 to give them some time. I think Verb and Lux need at least like, I want to give them 3 months to prepare.
As a fan, I would love to see it this year, but we just, like, Mook and Verb went down August the 18th. We still talking about it to this day.
Yeah, and I think Verb and Mook was locked in like around April or May, and we got that type of performance.
Salute to everybody in the live stream, man. T7M Radio. This is Crosswords with Seven Mitchell. We got Grail in the building. If y'all want to call up, man, y'all go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and drop the number in the chat. Y'all already know the drill, man. 646-558-8665. We live streaming now from the T7M Radio YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Looking at some of the opinions of the streets, they say battle rap needs this battle between Verb and Lux. No question about it to me. But, again, with the momentum that Mook and Verb got, if Verb and Lux was to get announced and go down before the year's out, that take away some steam from this classic between Mook and Verb to me.
Yeah, I feel that same way. And like, if it go down, the matchups around that main event have to be key.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So to me, I think when it goes down is definitely an important factor. Then you got to take in consideration the other factor that I said, Verb's legacy. Can you imagine, Grail, Verb beating Mook and Loaded Lux back to back?
Be very key for Verb, and just to have Mook and Lux on your resume is elite in itself.
There's never been a battle rap, I don't think, that has had both of them guys on their resume.
I don't think there's nobody that does have both of them.
So that's, but I'm just saying, getting the W or making it debatable. If we talked about Verb being on the Mount Rushmore of battle rap, if he beat Mook and Lux back to back,
that's crazy. Just the fact that if Verb could have us talking the way we talking about Verb and Mook, about that Verb and Lux thing, I think he wins.
I mean, just forgetting the look, I think he wins, because it goes to show all the hard work that Verb has put in. You know, Lux got to come out. I don't know what the problem is, but, you know, at this point, it's undeniable. Lux needs to come out. Now, whether this thing goes down in St. Louis or not, I mean, that's up to the businessmen. But this thing, like the street said, man, it definitely need to happen.
Right. I feel like Lux is going to make it to where he'll take the match, but I don't think he's going to take it on the road. I think he's going to be like, you lucky I'm even taking the match, but we got to do it in New York.
And I don't think, now that I don't think is fair.
I don't either.
Verb has been through so much that if he can't get a home game with Lux, then fine. But for it to be in New York, No, if it's not going to be in St. Louis, it has to be somewhere neutral. Like,
Right,
you can't do that in New York. That's not fair. He just battled Mook in New York.
right.
You have no love for Verb if you make him battle Loaded Lux in NYC, man. That'd be crazy. For real. For real. But what if he was to battle Lux and lose? What does that do from the momentum that he had with Mook? If he was to get the Loaded Lux battle grill and lose clearly to Lux, does A Verb still stand at this? I mean, I don't think you can take away his legend status at all. That's solidified. But we are having conversations about him being the GOAT.
Right.
If he loses the Lux, what are we doing with A Verb? Is it back to square one?
I really wouldn't say back to square one, but yo, you win some, you lose some.
Wow.
He got the match. I mean, you got what you asked for.
Yeah, that's a fact. That definitely is interesting to me, but
Yeah, but you can't. He go out there and get clearly bodied. It's gonna be crazy because then the debate gonna be all right. Well, Mook beat Lux, and then we could say debatably Verb beat Mook, and then Lux beat Verb. It's crazy.
it fucks everything up. Like
Yeah,
it totally screws everything up, man. Shout out to everybody in the T7M Radio live stream chat, man. This is Crosswords with Seven Mitchell, man. Big up to William Turner. He said leagues need to make Murder Mook versus Tay Rock happen and Verb versus Loaded Lux happen. What you think about that?
it's just crazy to me because it's like, all right, one minute we was talking about surfing Mook, and then we got this little back and forth with Mook and Tay Rock. Now that just the whole Mook and surf thing just went under the rug. Now all we talking about is Mook and Rock.
Talk that talk.
Like,
Bobby Tsunami said Lux gonna smoke Verb convincingly. Lux is beloved, unlike Mook. Verb ain't gonna have the sympathy vote versus Loaded Lux. Well, that's interesting, Grill. I mean, you watched the battle a couple times. I watched the battle a couple times. Do you think
right.
that the fans played a role in this decision, so to speak, that Verb won this battle versus Mook? I said Mook won. Everybody else said Verb won, but is it a fan bias opinion, or was it just plain as day to you that Verb won the battle versus Mook?
Nah, I don't think the fans really did. I mean, the battle was in New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where they say that Verb is like really hated at or whatever, and he had them up in there chanting 3-0. So like, how is it really like that though? Like, you feel me?
Right. T7L Radio, this is Crosswords, man. Let's take some calls, man. Let's reach out. New York, Queens is in the building, man. We got the shooter joining us. The shooter was popping.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
Shooter, what up, boy?
Ain't nothing, chilling.
Showtime, man. What's up with your man A Verb, man? Him versus Loaded Lux, possibly. What do you think that does for A Verb's legacy? I'm kind of breaking this thing down into three things. I said the first thing that may matter the most is when it happens. I'm not sure if it should happen this year. The second thing I said was A Verb's legacy. What do you think this battle would do for A Verb's legacy, especially after getting the Mook battle and beating Mook?
If he loses, it doesn't do nothing to his legacy. If he wins, it makes Verb one of the most talked about battle rappers ever. He's the first person, he would be the first person in this era of battle rap to get Mook and Lux and arguably beat both.
Facts.
But
He's going to be the most talked about battle rapper ever.
But I don't understand the flip side of it when you say that if he loses, it doesn't mean anything. We can't put him in a GOAT category if he doesn't lose his legend status if he loses the battle, but you can't put him in the GOAT if he loses the Lux.
If you really want to be technical, I'm going to say something that people feel like is off the wall. I feel like there's no battle rap GOAT. There can't be a GOAT.
I kind of understand what you're saying, Queens, but I don't know, man. I would have said Rex is the GOAT. We talked about this. We done had this conversation so many times. But that's another thing. A Verb lost to Rex. So if he loses to Rex and Lux, I don't see how he been considered the GOAT. But if he beat Mook and Lux, then I can understand that.
But you got to see it like this. Even I have called Rex the GOAT. But do you know why we call Rex the GOAT? Because Rex was the only battle rapper that was consistent from every era, took on all challenges.
One.
He opened up the doors for a lot of people. So he's getting called the GOAT for time served, not for accolades. Now, if you say, if Verb loses to Lux, he can't be the GOAT. Verb can't even be the GOAT right now because he beat Mook. Because everybody knew when Mook came in this era and rapped, he was going to lose. He was going to lose to Surf or Verb. It didn't matter.
Shout out to Black Sheep, man. Black Sheep says Loaded Lux had the crown. Murder Mook took it from Lux in that charity game on Total Slaughter. Now Loaded Lux will bring the casket to St. Louis and bring the crown back to NYC.
Black Sheep Gang, what up, boy?
So imagine that. Imagine that though, fellas. If Loaded Lux, who we have really went hard at for not taking road games.
Yeah.
What if he was to really go down to St. Louis and beat Verb, like beat or Verb? Like, does that make Lux the GOAT? Like, this battle has a lot of importance because of so many little small storylines. I think Lux and Verb would be more important than Mook and Verb as far as shape shifting the battle rap culture, as far as direction and all that. Like,
right.
It would be because this battle is 10 years in the making. Like Loaded Lux called Verb out Summer Madness 2, and people forgetting Lux got 3-0 by Arsenal clear.
I don't know about that.
Arsenal wowed on him when they battled.
Not no 30 or nothing. It's debatable.
Well, you think Arsenal and Lux is debatable?
I think it is.
Let me ask you this, Queens, because this is my third concern of as far as what matters most between Verb and Loaded Lux. It's the fact that Loaded Lux has not battled competition from that prime URL era that much. Like, if you want to throw Hollow in there, if you want to throw Arsenal in there, I guess, but Verb, Surf, Lux haven't gotten the ring with any of those guys. I think that it's important that Lux can show the people that he can still really hang with what we call elite.
I feel like it's more. I feel Lux went out the box and challenged the URL era more. I feel that's more Mook need to come out that box and take challenges with the URL era. Because Lux took Calico, Hollow, Arsenal,
Charlie Clips.
Mook only took Verb.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So from that standpoint, fellas, I don't know what Lux has to gain from an Verb battle. What does Lux have to gain from battling Verb?
A lot. This battle's been in the making for 10 years. He called him out. People forget. Lux called Verb out.
I don't think that he was so quote unquote called him out. I think he was putting him in his place. I think he was kind of just putting some things in perspective. But realistically, what does this battle do for Lux? If Lux was the battle Verb, and the only thing I can consider, like I said, if he was to go on a road in St. Louis and beat Verb clearly, then maybe you can make him the GOAT. But just a classic with Verb, I don't know what that does for Lux. What does that prove? Because like you said, Grail, he's battled a couple, top tier legends from the URL.
Right.
Unlike Mook. I don't know what that battle do for Lux.
This battle is just one big grudge match, and I don't want it in St. Louis. I want Lux to come. I want Verb to come to New York and beat him. Beat him in New York, because you know what that would do for Verb if he comes to New York. Arguably beat Mook, even though I feel he won. Then beats Lux in New York, in the territory that he is most hated. You cannot say that man does not belong on Mount Rushmore no more. He traveled his whole career. He had 2 home games, I believe. No, maybe 3. And he beat some of the top guys and was getting booed and all that.
T7M Radio, man. This is Crosswords. But what about... See, if Verb beats Mook and Lux,
right,
he gotta you might as well retire. Like, what else is there really to do?
There's
And
nobody else really after that.
exactly. So and for him to battle Lux in New York, shooter, and you a big supporter of Verb, that would mean that Verb would never get that prime time look at home. He would never get that home game that he really deserved. And so I think it's only right that he at least battles Lux at home or somewhere neutral.
It'll
Right.
mean more if you beat him in New York. It
It
wouldn't
def
like let's be real. If Verb battles Lux in St. Louis and win, it ain't gonna mean nothing. You could people could just negate the whole battle as St. Louis bias. No, come to New York and beat him here. It's gonna mean even more.
And if he does that, do you want your man to retire? What else could you see being cooked up for Verb?
The only other battle after that is Head Ice. But if he battled Head Ice, it's not gonna mean nothing because he just beat Luke and Lux. But that Head Ice battle is also 10 years in the making. So I feel like you got to get that one out the way too.
But logistically, to me, Grail, Head Ice and Aver makes sense going down in Harlem, getting back to New York before you don't understand because of the history of that,
Yeah.
and Lux being in St. Louis. I mean, if he was to battle Lux in New York, what you gonna battle Head Ice at home? Like who? Shout out to the Wolf, but who will really care about Head Ice battling in St. Louis versus battling where it originally? I mean, they literally should take it to the street corner that this whole thing started from. Like that would be crazy.
Yeah, I'd rather see Verb and Ice in New York. Like, but that would be like the shooter said. You know how crazy that would be if Vegan Von Doom beat Mook, Lux, and Ice in New York.
First of all, can we kill this noise with this whole vegan verb noise? Murder Mook killed vegan verb, man. Let's not.
No, he did not.
He
No, he did
killed
not.
vegan verb. Yo, he
Mook
flipped.
lost the Verb
Yo, he flipped
and then
that
started with
vegan.
Tay Rock to negate it.
He flipped that vegan angle unbelievably, man. Let's stick to a verb, man. Vegan verb is a dead nigga, man. That shit is done, man.
Fuck out of here with that,
He
man.
cooked vegan verb. Let's be clear. Like I don't even know that guy anymore. But
Yo,
getting back
let's
to the get
go
back,
ahead, bro.
what you was gonna say?
If we speaking of this Vegan Von Doom and Beloved, what platform are we doing this on?
Who else is giving the people what they want like this?
I know what you about to say.
I'm not about to say anything. I don't think I have to say anything. I think that
Oh shit!
this thing is tailor made for, of course, the URL.
Oh, okay. I thought you was about to say something else.
No, the URL.
Yo, girl, I'm gonna burst the bubble for you.
Go
This
ahead.
battle has to happen on URL, but more than likely RBE gonna get it.
No. RBE is not getting this. RBE is not getting.
gonna get it.
Who knows?
Yo,
Yo.
let me explain something to you. Because see, in battle rap nowadays, what you've done in the past means absolutely nothing. And don't
Fact.
think for 1 minute that shit won't go for leagues as well. I know the URL has been branded #1 for a long time. You let RBE come back with another card with a verb and loaded Lux and with a hitman and a disaster. You let
Wow.
RBE come back to back with some shit like that URL, and I'm telling you, yo, we're gonna have a whole different conversation. I promise you.
That's a fact. But like, I feel like, yo, that shit ain't gonna happen this year. Verb and Lux ain't gonna happen this year. So if we gonna do this in 2019, let's just do Gnome 9 and let's take it on the road to St. Louis. And the main event is Lux and Verb.
Ice Pack want that card too, so you're gonna have Ice Pack, Hitman, and Verb on that jump.
That's fire.
Maybe
But-
maybe a B Magic return.
Yeah, I can see that. But Ice Pack against John or Goods or something.
Yo,
Please
will
do,
you
do not do
please
Ice
stop
Pack and
saying
T Top.
Young Ill versus John. He will smoke John. What is wrong with you?
Something
Oh
wrong
no!
with
Oh
you.
no!
You're
No!
bugging.
No. You just said Young Ill will smoke John.
Yes.
Drugs.
Yo, Chilla Jones.
Not the John right now.
Chilla Jones just beat John the Dawn.
Oh my God.
A rookie John had a debatable with Hitman in his prime. We're not going to discredit John.
Hitman Holla ain't that great to me. He's not even the best
Oh,
performer.
no.
K Shine is the greatest performer. What is Hitman?
No, he's not. It's Hitman Holla.
No. You said Hitman is the best
Hitman
in
just
St.
dog
Louis.
walked Tay-Rock.
Watch your mouth.
He
said,
dog walked Tay-Rock.
Wow,
yo,
man.
what's this say? Yo, November on Lift Your Soul, Mook against Briz. Please no. Please. Please.
Who's spreading those rumors, man? They definitely
My man Slim, Black Sheep.
Oh man, you need to be drug tested, Black Sheep. What are you talking about?
No, Mook and Briz, throw that in the garbage.
Man,
Briz don't even deserve that look.
Hell no. Facts. I believe that.
shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to the big homie Tatted Teflon. We got K-Do's Media in the building as well. Bobby Tsunami. Shout out to Epskay. Unway is in the building, man. Salute to all of y'all. I'm drug free, Epskay, man. It's these guys you got to be talking to, man. I'm trying to conduct something real drug free when it comes to this battle rap community, but these guys keep coming in here infesting shit with all these unrealistic opinions, and it's just ridiculous, especially Grail. So gotta apologize.
Especially 7 Mitch. We out here smoking that clown blood. Y'all gotta forgive him.
Y'all have a good afternoon, man. We're gonna be back later on this evening, man, with another live stream here on Crosswords T7M Radio. We got to talk about Charlie Clips and a possible retirement.
Wow. It's that time.
It might be that time, man. We're going to have to talk about it.
It ain't that many more. I don't really see that many more matches for Clips, man.
Shout out to the shooter as always, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Share the video as well, man. A-Verb versus Loaded Lux. What matters most in this battle? Is it A-Verb's legacy? Is it where and when the battle goes down? Or is it Loaded Lux proving that he can still hang with the URL, man? 7 Mitchell, Grail. This is Crosswords, T7M Radio, man. If y'all want to donate to the network as well, links are in the description box. We got the Facebook debate group as well, T7M Radio on Facebook, so join us. Talk our shit, man, 24/7, man. Salute to everybody on the chat. Happy holidays and all that, man. We'll be back later on this evening. They're very disrespectful in this chat, man.
I see.
Clips been ass, head ice sucks. Wow. Very disrespectful.
Violated.
Disrespectful. Shout out to 540 Dre. Big up to my brother K-Do's from K-Do's Media. A-Verb versus Loaded Lux, man. What matters most? Drop y'all comments below. I'm 7 Mitchell, man. T7M Radio. Y'all stay safe, motherfuckers. We out. Peace.